Hey everyone, Dr. Amy Abelar with Acupuncture Practice Systems, and I just want to make this video because it seems like there are a lot of acupuncturists who are feeling very discouraged right now. People who I've seen making all sorts of posts about how they love their patients, they love treating patients, but they regret choosing acupuncture as a career. I've seen a lot of posts about how they feel like their business is just not sustainable. And if you are one of those people who's feeling really discouraged in your career choice, I really, really want you to watch this video like all the way through. First of all, my heart goes out to you because I know that it absolutely sucks to feel like the thing that you really love doing and that you feel really fulfilled in because you enjoy treating patients. It sucks to feel like this is not going to be a sustainable thing. To be honest, that's how I felt about massage for a long time. I loved giving massage. I knew that it was not going to be sustainable, and I was just praying that I would figure out what other career I was going to transition into before my body decided for me, right? It was really hard to let go of massage, even though I love Chinese medicine and I loved switching from massage to acupuncture. I really just struggled with it because it was like, man, this is something I really enjoy doing, but this is not physically sustainable. This is not financially sustainable for me to do this for the rest of my life. And so I felt very sad about being in that kind of a situation of knowing that the career I was in was not going to be my long-term career. Now, for me, switching from massage to acupuncture is very different. I can physically do massage for the rest of my life. It's not going to be as physically draining for me as it was when I was a massage therapist. So I plan to be an acupuncturist for a very long time. I plan to be a business owner and continue to hire other people for a long time. So my main things that I want to cover is, number one, I think that it is unfortunate that acupuncturists are set up to fail. And what I mean by that is we are not educated while we're in grad school on how to run a practice. So you spend 4 years, 3.5 to 4 years in grad school learning how to be an amazing acupuncturist, getting pumped about all the different things you can treat, all the different patients that you can help. And then you graduate and you're like, oh, where's the patients? What do you mean I have to figure out where to get patients myself? What do you mean that I need to try to figure out how to market, and I need to figure out how to balance all of my business expenses, and I need to do what, and I need what types of insurance? And man, there's a lot of outgoing costs that have to be happening that are just regular fixed expenses that I'm having to pay, like rent, internet, schedule software, things like that I'm paying regardless of how many patients I have and how much money is coming in the door. And that can be very scary. And unfortunately, we were not taught this in grad school. I was very lucky that I already had a bachelor's in business and I already had been growing my massage business while I was in acupuncture school. And so I got to graduate having already had tons of experience in business before ever starting out marketing my acupuncture services. So, we're not set up for success with that. And that's one of the reasons why I created Acupuncture Practice Systems, was to help bridge that gap. But the other thing I want to say that it is, so, to that point, there is hope. There are systems, there are documents I put in place, there are CEUs that I have. As somebody who has built over $1 million practice, and we're very close to hitting that $2 million mark. But as somebody who has built a very successful practice with acupuncture and massage, I just want to encourage you that it's absolutely possible. If you are interested in learning how I did that a little more in depth, you can definitely join the Acupuncture Practice membership. But my main thing I want to teach you today, or talk to you about today, is highlighting that you have a passion for this medicine. You had it when you went to school, you had it before you went to school, you had it right when you first graduated. Don't let that die, because you and I both know how amazing Chinese medicine is and how many patients truly, truly benefit from this just magical almost work, right? We know how much we can help people, and The other thing I want to say that's super encouraging is right now the climate could not be better. Over the last at least 10 years, and even before that, but I can say for sure over the last 10 years between when I started grad school, finished grad school, have been in practice since then, the climate has changed tremendously. Patients, whether they are happy about it or not, are willing to pay out of pocket for holistic services, preventative services, services that are, and they're even more open to the possibilities of things, right? If they have horrible PMS and they go to their Western doctor and their doctor says, I can put you on birth control, or their doctor says, sorry, you're just SOL, this is just, what you got and there's nothing we can do about it. Those are not great options. And patients are starting to give pushback. They're starting to say, I don't accept that there's that option. I feel like there's got to be something else that's going to help me feel better, right? Then they stumble across your blog, your social media post, your marketing that says, I can help you with your menstrual cycles, right? So the climate is really, really amazing right now, where patients are looking for holistic support. Patients are being less invested or less receptive even to what their Western doctors are saying, right? We hear it all the time. Patients go see their doctors will tell them that everything is fine, or they run a very basic lab panel and say, all your labs are normal within range. We know that doesn't necessarily mean they're optimal, right? But they'll tell the patients, everything checks out, everything's normal, and then for some patients, they even suggest antidepressants, right? And patients are like, what the heck? I'm not depressed. I just have fatigue and bloating and headaches, and I want to know what the heck is going on and why I'm getting these symptoms, and I want a solution that's more of a holistic answer of how to help this, right? So, we have amazing medicine. We have such an awesome climate right now for patients being more interested in holistic services and being willing to pay cash out of pocket for it. Like I said, they're not as happy about it, right? They want their insurance to cover these things, but a lot of the insurances are not covering it, and people are saying, you know what, I'm worth it, right? We've seen a huge shift even just in women and what women are being told, right? Before, it was very much about, you just deal with whatever you deal with, and the more you take on, the better, badge of honor, pat on the back, because you're just overstimulating yourself and burning yourself into the ground. And now we're seeing more and more of, no, we're not okay with that. We're not okay with being burnt into the ground. We're not okay with constantly piling more and more shit on our plate. We want to feel okay too, because we are realizing that when we do take better care of ourselves, we feel literally like lifetimes better. And as patients are experiencing more of that, they're starting to talk to other people who also want to experience that, right? So you have an amazing medicine. We know all of the things that we can help treat. We know how many patients we can help feel better. I would say, please, 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 don't be discouraged. Be encouraged by how many patients are interested in holistic services right now, by the fact that, there are programs and CEUs out there now like mine that are so helpful for people who are just getting started in business. You've already, in business, we talk about sunk cost, right? You've already have a sunk cost of the time and the money that you spent on your tuition. Give the membership 6 months. If you participate in the membership for 6 months, you watch the videos, you read the training posts, you look at the documents, you absorb it, you implement it. Implementation is key, right? You can watch all the videos and learn all of the lessons and not implement anything, and you're just not going to see much change, right? But if you implement what is within the practice or what is within the membership, if you implement that into your practice over the next 6 months, I guarantee you are going to see some magnificent changes. And if there's information that you want answers to that's not part of the membership, we've got a space for that too. You can add in content that you would like to see, and if we feel like it's relevant to a larger group of people and that it would be helpful for your practice, we can absolutely create content for that as well. So I want to just encourage you that you can absolutely make a wonderful, successful career as an acupuncturist. You just need the right guidance, you need the right business support, and you need to stay in a positive mindset. I know sometimes that can feel very hard and challenging, but if you are always on the fence, if you are kind of resenting your patients that day because while you love treating them, you also feel like you're not busy enough for this to really be a career and you're kind of like one foot out the door, patients are going to be able to feel that, and that's going to make it very challenging for you to grow your practice. So if you are interested, because again, you've got the sunk cost, right? You already went to school. Like, give yourself 6 months and see if this membership doesn't dramatically improve your business. I hope to see you as part of the membership, and if not, continue enjoying the YouTube content.